Hello children, today we are going to learn exercise number 2C. Write the number shown on the each abacus. Now you have to write the number to shown on the each abacus. Now you can see here children, in one spike, how many rings are there children? 2. Then you have to write here 2 rings. In a 10 spike, how many rings are there children? 1, 2, 3. You have to write here 3. In a 100 spike, how many rings are there children? You have to count 1, 2, 3, 4. In a 1000 spike, how many rings are there children? 1 ring. Now, the number is, you have to read this number. How you will read the number? 1432. Now, second sum, you have to see in one spike, how many rings are there children? 1, 2, 3 rings are there. Then you have to write here 3. In a 10 spike, how many rings are there children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to write here 5. In a 100 spike, how many rings are there children? Only 1. Then you have to write here 1. And in a 1000 spike, how many rings are there children? 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. The abacus now represents the number 4153 children. Now this abacus represents the number 4153. Now third sum, you have to see in a one spike how many rings are there? Only 1 ring. Then you have to write here 1. In a 10 spike, you have to see here how many rings are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. Then you have to write here 5. In a 100 spike, how many rings are there? You have to count children now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rings are there. You have to write here 4. In a 1000 spike, how many rings are there children? You have to count now. 1, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rings are there. Now, the abacus now represents the number 6451. Now fourth one, in a one spike, how many rings are there children? You have to count now. 1, 2, 3. 3 right here. In a 10 spike, how many rings are there children? You have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rings are there. In a 100 spike, how many rings are there children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rings are there. In a 1000 spike, 1, 2, 3, 4 rings are there. The abacus is represented as 4773. Now fifth one children. In a one spike, how many rings are there children? You have to count. 1, 2, 3. Right here 3. In a 10 spike, how many rings are there children? You have to count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rings are there. Here you have to write 6. In a 100 spike, how many rings are there children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And 1000 spike, how many rings are there, children? 2. 1, 2, 2. Now you have to read. The abacus now represented the number 2563. Now sixth one, children. In a 1 spike, how many rings are there, children? 1. In a 10 spike, how many rings are there, children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rings are there. In a 100 spike, how many rings are there, children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rings are there. In a 1000 spike, how many rings are there, children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rings are there. Now, the abacus now represent the number 8761. Now children, today's your classwork is you have to write these 6 sums in a classwork part. You have to write these 6 sums in a classwork part, children.